at me. Hello, my friends. It's me, Dee Sparta. Welcome to my channel. How are you doing today? I'm supposed to be going on a trip, but everybody in my home is sick, so yeah. I thought I'd do this video. I wanted to do this because I care about y'all. In the beginning, you heard I said Jung Kook reached out to me. Or did he? Seriously, folks, let me talk to you about this. I care about y'all. So I want you to be aware of how somebody is going to try and scam money out of you. How somebody is going to follow your social media and say, okay, this person follows this person. They're liking their post, and they will target you. I've had people try and pretend to be Keanu Reeves, and we all know Keanu doesn't have social media. He didn't have when this person. I was like, I'm not an idiot. I've had people try and pretend to be Johnny Depp recently. That was funny. I might share that story with y'all because the guy really didn't know who Johnny Depp was. And for someone who grew up, hanging out on the strip in the 1990s at Depp's club, yeah, and this person had no idea about this club or any, I'll get into that. But I want to talk to you about people who have been reaching out to me now and then trying to pretend to be members of BTS. I guess because I do follow them, I get this a lot, folks, and it bothers me. But I wanted to figure out, they reach out, they're like, oh, here's a picture, you could try and use this, this verifies me, see? And they're like holding some ID. That means nothing. Especially since a lot of the stuff, if you look at the images in a reverse search, you see that it's part of some card collector game or something to do with some of the stuff BTS has and does. And you can do these Google reverse searches. Please do that. Okay? Now, this guy, oh my, oh my, oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. I am going to share with you some of the messages that he went back and forth with. First, he reaches me out on Instagram and wants to thank me for being his fan. Oh, how sweet. And that he has this secret account that nobody knows about because he likes to be able to use it to reach out. Now, usually these accounts are fairly new. They don't have many posts. And they aren't following a whole lot of people, and not many are following them. That's a surefire that this is just gonna be, I report these scams all the time. I just am like, deal with the scam who's trying to pretend to be so and so. Just shut it down. Yeah, I'm that bitch. Anyway. So, this person shows me this picture. You know what? I think let me show you a close-up here of it. You can see the picture of Jung Kook. It's a younger one of him, and it's got his, BTS, little ID member card. Okay? Now I'm like, that's my proof that you're him. I gotta tell you, folks, let's just dive into this. So he then asked me if I would chat with him on another chat format. Some people use Google Hangouts. Some are using like Kakao Talk. And so I was like, fine, sure, I'll go get this and I'll friend him. I'll go ahead and friend him. And I wanted to see how far I could get to really get what his con is. So here we go. Here we are doing our little cacao cat. I don't know how to pronounce that talk. Yeah, it's a Korean. I'm sorry. I should have researched that further, but I really just want to get this video out to y'all, and I am really sick. So he starts out with, so good to hear from you. Always text me on here. What are you doing? Are you busy? So I'm like, yeah, I have a sinus infection, and I'm in bed resting and getting ready for a mini vacation, which I'm supposed to be going on now, but I can't. And I get, oh, I understand you. I really don't think he did, but... And I'm like, oh, and I'm going over my to-do list, and what are you up to? I get, just get ready to eat breakfast. It's 9:18 a.m. here in Seoul. I'm like, well, it's 6:20 here in Boise. Okay, what do you do for a living? Now at this point, I realize he's trying to figure out what kind of income I have, how much money am I making, do I have funds just to drop? Okay. So I'm like, I don't really work anymore. Now I am disabled, but I take care of my family and have fun making YouTube videos. See, I'm not lying. That's true. Look, I'm making a YouTube video now, aren't I? And I do understand you from him. Wow, I feel so understood. Whew, I'm feeling closer to him already. Then asked if I love to travel. Now, here I am thinking, this could be, how much money am I willing to spend to travel? Am I willing to buy any kind of travel tickets to visit or do all this? There's all sorts of weird cons that could be going here. And I'm just like, oh, I used to travel a lot. I don't move much anymore. I'm going to be going on another trip soon. And I get, okay, I got you. I really don't think he did. It's like he just knows these different phrases to say. Okay, I'm getting a phone call. I'll turn that off. Sorry. And he goes, what has been your best vacation and what made it special? Now here, folks, he is wanting to know what kind of lavish trips I go on, maybe learn some personal information, because getting certain information, they may be able to figure out passwords or something, And I ain't stupid. And I don't use... My passwords are weird. Let's just put it that way, folks. I am good. So I said, how are you doing? Are you okay? I have had many vacations, but I couldn't pick out a best one. Though next month might be my best because I'm taking my family to Disneyland, and it's their first time going. And I tell him, I have a wife, and we have kids. I even mentioned, she's younger than me, and she's trans, we're an LGBTQ family. And then there was silence. So I said, oh, now you're quiet. I had my doubts if you were JK. And I let you know I'm married. I am LGBTQ, married with kids, and you go silent, lol. And he comes back at me, oh? Are you to be a good woman with a good heart? Where does that come from? Folks, I'm like, wow, who is he talking to? Because this doesn't sound like he's talking to me. He's not answering any of my questions either. I said, I am. How are you doing? And then he goes, I really want to share my thoughts with you because all I seek is true happiness and peace. Okay. I'm like, I understand. And so how are you doing? And he goes, can I trust you? And then he finally said, I'm doing really well. And I said, well, I hope you can. You need to trust me. He's like, because I never want you to hurt my trust and believe in you. I don't want you to disclose our conversation. Oh, here it is. To anyone, because you know my name is a big story for the social media. If our conversation's leaked, that can ruin my career that I have worked hard to build. Oh, me, oh my, I've got to protect you, man, don't I? I'm like, hey, I grew up in LA and was a nanny and a babysitter for celebrities. And I've dated a movie star back in the 1990s. And I've never disclosed anything or leaked out anything. I don't know if I could trust you. I want to. So he says, yes, you can. Now, see, here I'm trying to lure him, make him, he's thinking maybe this woman has some money. Maybe this person, she's gullible. But I'm trying to also tell him, I'm not an idiot. But we'll just carry on. He's like, as you make me to trust you too. I'm like, okay, sounds good. And then he sent me this picture again of him with his ID. And I'm like, this is me. I never do this for anyone before. Only you. Because you make me to trust and increase my faith in you in my heart. And I'm like, oh, how sweet, This con here of, I'm sending this to you. You're only special. They're trying to make you feel special. This guy is really thinking he's saying all those key things that's going to make someone fall for them. So I respond, what would help is if you send me a new picture and hold up a sign with my name. And I get, oh, hub. Then I get, why? And I'm like, to prove that you are who you are. He's like, oh, that's never mean anything to me. What are your hobbies? And at this point I'm like, what? He's like going off in another, he's like trying to distract me from what I'm wanting. I'm like, now you don't have to pretend to be JK to be my friend. I don't trust people easily. I just need honesty. I read and write. I wrote a web novel. And I love tarot. So here. You think I'm giving this guy a chance. Just, if he's sincere. If this is somebody who catfishes because they're lonely and they want a friend. I'm like trying to tell him, hey, it's okay. You can be real with me. But if he's going to keep up this con, then I know there's a scam. And so what does he say to me? Total gaslighting here. That's why you need to, in your faith and believe in me, to trust I am JK. Tell me about your hobbies. So I'm just like, well, there. See, my hobbies are my writing and my channel. And he's like, wow, I do really. I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I said, you see my channel here? And I sent a link. Wow, I do really. And I'm like, you make me feel great now. I see you are increasing your heart trust and faith in me here. Really, I'm not. You just have to Google Sparta, and everything that I've said is just right there. It is out there in the public. Nothing. You just try to Google me. You'll see the link, everything. Sparta, not releasing anything personal here. Just what's out there. So I said, I also love to create with paint, drawing, graphic design too. Now, when I was mentioning graphic design, I'm trying to hint to this fellow that I can recognize forged pictures and anything. I know graphic design. I know how to make things. I know how to Photoshop. Okay? Shoo! And then he comments replying to my YouTube. So really grateful page of you on YouTube. Okay. I'm like, is he even look at the YouTube? You see, I am a psychic medium. Maybe he thinks that just means I'm crazy and easy gullible. I don't Then he replies to my hobbies that I love to create and paint. And he goes, then we are one of a kind. I guess I'm supposed to be feeling connected to him now. Wow, I feel so special. Then he goes on, I love bowling, fishing, go to watch a horse race, go to a local pub, theater, concert, camping, traveling. I'm like, oh wow, I love camping too. And he's like, I'm a busy man. I don't chat because I hardly have the time, but met you out of my shortest free time. And I'm like, this guy is really chatty for someone who doesn't have a lot of free time. I gotta tell you, he was always like, deep, 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 trying to get my attention when I'm not around. And I'm like, thank you. I'm usually too busy to chat. I appreciate your time. So I'm trying to, He's like, I believe meeting at you was not just by accident, but divine. I just bit a smiley face. I'm like, oh, how sweet. He's like, I wish to chat with you often and share my thoughts with you. And I'm like, well, we're different time zones, but I'm around. Asked if I like cooking. I do. Do you like eating out? Once again, he's trying to fish out, what do I do? I'm like, of course, though since COVID, I don't go out as much. Thankful there's delivery. When's your birthday? Now I'm trying to hint to him, I'm a 50-year-old woman. And he just goes, great year. I was born September 1st, 1997. Then he asked, do you love dancing? So I said, I was a dancer. My mother was a prima ballerina. She was Balanchine's Sugar Plum Fairy. And I get, oh? Then he asked my favorite color. Now, asking things like this seems really innocent, but what he's trying to figure out, because like I said, a lot of people think you use your favorite colors, special birth dates, anniversaries as your passwords. So if you do that, change them. Okay, folks. Okay. And it's also often what people use in their secret questions to, change a password. So these are things to keep in mind. Then I said, color, I love pink, but also black. Black, pink. Though some say black is out of color. And he's like, wow, great color. Now I mentioned two colors, but, is that the color of your car? Now he's trying to figure out about my car. And he's like, my favorite color is black, white, and red, purple. I like red because red stands for love. I really think he's trying to romance me, but I'm just not feeling it, folks. I'm like, one of my cars is slate gray, one champagne. Slate blue, one champagne. Oh, that's your car, right. Well, I have a black car. It's a Mercedes-Benz. So, I don't have one of those. I'm like, I do. I have, Toyotas, and he's like, good. They're like, you are really doing great in life. And then I go, well, life is hard and horrible. Things have happened to me, but yeah, no, I'm a survivor and appreciate living. What do you want most from life? And then, I'm not responding. Good evening from here. Are you busy now? So now I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, my wife and kids all have COVID. We're going to postpone our trip. How are you doing? And are you nervous about the Busan concert? Now I'm trying to interact giving this guy opportunities to really pretend like he's JK and Beth. And I go, are you nervous? I get, no, am. I don't know. That's supposed to be. He goes, then he asks, what are you doing now? Then he asks, what is the most expensive gift you've ever bought for someone? This is me. Huh? Now, I don't keep track of gifts like that. I really don't. So I just have no idea. And why would I even talk about that to anyone? I've never had anyone ask me such a weird question. But I figure he's trying to figure out how much money I have on hand that I could just drop. So when I say these things, he goes, oh, I understand. He understands a lot, doesn't he? He's such an understanding person. Oops, wrong thing here. And then he says, I'm a responsible boy. I enjoy my job. and I strive success in everything I do. I am a fun-loving man, jovial, lovely, and passionate. I just gave an emoji. Then I think of myself as being clever, but harmless. So here I'm supposed to be feeling like, oh, he's so sweet, and I could trust him. I'm supporting, caring, and a loyal and tolerant character. Humble, honest, understanding, and truthful. So I'm like, I'm curious to learn more about you. If you trust me, you can open up more. Why did you want to be a singer or dancer? This is what I get from him. He clearly is having his own conversation with himself. I'm a very passionate physical person that would want the same in a mate. Deeply romantic, optimistic, hopeful, wise, and smart. I have a big honest heart and don't like being lied to. So I'm like, I hate liars. This guy really is clueless, isn't he? Trust, loyalty, and respect are a must for eternal happiness. I'm like, so tell me, why did you want to become a singer? Then he says, yes, of course. Where is the rest of it? Then he says, no matter how much you love someone, if you don't have these ingredients, you will never succeed. Why don't you answer my question? His response, nothing. He says nothing. You literally typed out the word nothing. And then he's all, trust is what makes everyone realize that you're always there for them. Now, that's great. You know what trust is, but you're not showing me. Then I get, faith is what makes everyone realize that you are always there to help them in case they need some help. Love makes not everyone, but the only one in your life who is special. Think that you're always there for her, to be with her, to make her realize how much you really love her. And then I'm like, are you dating anyone? He says, no. Without honesty, love gets unhappy, and without trust, love gets unstable. Love is a wonderful gift. Trust in it, believe in it, give it, and it will be returned to you again and again. I'm like, why are you telling me this? And this is when I'm like, I pull out this shit. I'm like, you see, ignoring my questions, asking me about how much I spend on a gift, and telling me what you believe love is does not build trust. Don't ramble on prose of romance and love to me. I'm just willing to be a friend. How could there be nothing that led you to sing and dance? And I get, oh, really? Then he asks, and this is where I know what he was going for. Do you have a BTS membership card? Now, at this point, I'm like, oh, he's going to try and give me a connection to buy something like this. No. I'm like this. Oops. I hit the wrong button. And I'm like, why? He goes, so you could be a singer. Do you have a BTS membership card? And I'm like this, oh, sweetie, I don't need that if I wanted to be a singer. I chose not to be one. I love singing, but I don't want to do it for work. And he goes, okay. This guy's really stupid. Then he goes on, I want you to know that you could do anything with me or any BTS army if you don't have a membership card for you to be approved to do anything with us in person or meet in person. To be honest, I trust you to let you know this from the BTS manager rules, okay? I'm like, okay, thank you. And then he's like, you gonna buy it from my He goes, are you gonna buy it from my BTS Chief Accountant Manager? Do you understand me? He's wanting me to send money to his Chief Accountant Manager. This is a con. No. I'm like, yes, I do understand you. However, I do have Weavers and am a member. And then he's like, oh, yes. Then he says, so I'm good. Like I said, he's not even paying attention to a word I'm fucking saying. Obviously, he doesn't. I mean, when he goes, so I'm going to send you my BTS Chief Accountant Cash App details for you to make the payment for the membership card. Folks, do not send any money to somebody like this. Ever. They are not here to help you. They're here to take your money. And so I'm like, I do understand. And he's like, good, you understand me. That's all I always wanted you to do. Understand me. For me to be happy to do anything together. I'm like, oh, thank you. And he's like, the membership card going to cost $700. So I'm going to send my BTS Chief Accountant Manager Cash App details. And I'm like, okay, sounds good. He's like, do you know how to buy Bitcoin from Cash App? So I can send you my BTS Manager Chief Accountant wallet for you to make the $700 payment for the membership card today? I'm like, yep. And then he sent me this info. That's the wallet. Make payment on it and send me a screenshot here. And then I left him on read. Folks, be careful out there. There are these horrible, evil people who want your money and to con you out of it. And I just thought I would share this little video so you could see just, right? It's horrible. It really, really is. You can't trust this. So please share this with others so that they understand. If BTS members were really going to reach out to you, they would do so on their authorized account. Their verified account. And maybe they would then give you information on how to reach them outside of this verified once actual trust has been built. But you need to realize that no, celebrities aren't going to reach on a hidden account going like, hey, hi. Really, they don't. And tell you, don't tell anyone it's me. Because they don't know if they can trust you, if that was really them. Think about it. All right, folks. I love you all. Just remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Don't get scammed. And I'll see you next time. Bye.